Welcome to INX's presentation. We're going to be talking today about the new platform. We've been working diligently on this for about 2.5 years. Today I've got Paz, our CTO, and Maia, our Vice President of Product. We're all in different secret locations around the world. And so please excuse, our backgrounds, but hopefully, you'll see something here. You'll get to look under the hood with Paz, and then with Maia, you'll get to see and feel the actual platform. And pretty soon, I think in the next week or so, we'll be able to give you a link so you can get on the platform and play around with it as well in a demo format. So first, Paz, if you could please introduce yourself and just give us a taste of your background.
Hi, everyone. My name is Paz Diamant, and I'm the CTO of INX. In the last 25 years, I've been working in the high-tech industry, mainly developing e-finance systems and innovative products. I'm also a co-founder of eToro X and worked at eToro in the last 6 years. Really happy to be here today and to meet you all.
Great. And Maia?
Hi, guys. I'm Maia Naor, VP Product at INX. I've been working on trading platforms for the past 15 years. I started out as an analyst, and in the last 10 years have been focusing on the product side of things. Been working closely with Shai, our main founder and our CEO, for the past 15 years, and been with INX from the get-go, from day one. We've been working, in closed doors, and I'm very excited to finally show you what we've been up to and get some of your input.
Wonderful. Now, Paz, if you could present, and everyone should understand here that Paz is going to go through the architecture of our platform. Obviously, he's not going to show you the exact architecture because then everyone could come in and hack it. So Paz is going to give an overview from about 30,000 feet of how he's doing things, and I'll pass it over to Paz.
Okay, thank you very much. Just a second, let me arrange the screen, please. Okay, so let's begin. Today, we are exposing the first glance of the INX trading platform, and I would like to be a bit techie and shortly discuss the technology and its benefits. We built the system from ground up with 3 main pillars in mind. A simple and friendly user interface, robust and auto-scaled infrastructure, Kubernetes, I will say a few words about it later, and highly secure solution that will guarantee the customer funds and data. The system UI and UX will be presented by Maia in a few minutes and is aiming towards end users as well as for market makers and high-frequency algorithmic traders. We are very well experienced with different needs for those user types, and we considered those user requirements during the development of the UI and all related services. A little bit about the infrastructure. The platform is built on a fair and powerful matching engine that can manage tens of thousands of orders every second, thus providing real-time experience with the possibility to use complex orders that will be released based on the company roadmap. The platform is a cloud-based solution built with Kubernetes technology, and the system is running on a Kubernetes cluster. And running a Kubernetes cluster correctly is a big matter. Many use Kubernetes, and I'm sure that other exchanges do. But our team, believe me, squeeze the cloud like a lemon. And when this is done correctly, it generates almost unlimited auto-scaling possibilities. This power is being used to provide high performance, even during critical times. And trust me, I've been there. During the hype of 2017, when the market had spreads bigger than the ones that we saw on the COVID-19 effect. The system also published trading API built on microservice architecture, which is highly scalable and designed to automatically adjust itself to add more power in order to support heavy traffic. When we designed the API, I thought it's like being in a car race festival, and we had to design the winning car. I truly believe that the API response time will prove that we were right. So this was a little bit about the second pillar, scalable infrastructure. Now let's speak about the third pillar, the security or cybersecurity, which was always there when we designed and built the trading platform. The main message that I want you to know today is that the client data is encrypted in a way that no one, not even the system administrator, can access it directly. All the data is encrypted with rotating keys, and only authorized officer can view the data from the system back office when it is needed. For example, when verifying a client account. Another good example about the trading API, keys. In most of the exchanges, when a client creates those keys, the exchange store it somewhere. And yes, everyone is doing their best to keep it safe, I know. But we took it one step further, and the INX system does not store it at all. So how do we verify client request? We use the PPK protocol, private public key. And this method complies with the main message that I've just stated. Again, even the system administrator cannot use those keys and create a transaction on behalf of the client. The data or the client data is 100% secured and no one can access it. As I mentioned, cybersecurity pillar is a native part of the system and exists in every service that it provides. I can also assure you that we are taking cybersecurity seriously and investing all the needed efforts to avoid mistakes regarding it. Last but not least, digital assets. I can speak about it for a week, one of the most exciting topics in the financial markets today. But to summarize it in a few sentences, the INX system supports the main traded crypto coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum tokens, and also has infrastructure to add more tokens from non-Ethereum blockchains. For example, Lightning and other protocols that will be added when the time comes. We plan to have a second platform for trading digital securities, and the combination of the two systems will enable us to provide unique and exciting services. I think that the future looks promising, and I truly believe that we should all stay tuned and updated. The INX community channel on Telegram is a great place to be at and get all the news and updates. Again, I'm very happy to be here today, and I think that now it's the right time for you to see the system UI, and our VP product Maia will take the lead now. Just let me arrange the screens, please. Just a second. Adding Maia and taking myself out. Maia,
Okay.
you can take it.
Thank you, Paz, for that review. And now we're going to see the INX digital assets trading system itself. We've been working on this system for the past approximately 2 years. It'll be ready for commercial launch, as you all know, approximately 3 or 4 months after we close the IPO. And like I said, really very excited to finally show it to the world, and not only our team. I want to say a few words about our team. As you know, we've really been unified around this shared vision of digital assets becoming a significant financial tool. In the form of security tokens. But while that asset class evolves, it'll take time, and we wanted to be bringing you cryptocurrency trading while that happens, so that when security tokens are kind of fully evolved, INX will be able to offer a one-stop shop, essentially one platform that'll provide trading for all digital assets. When thinking about the design and functionality of our trading platform, it was important to us not to only think of common market practices, general basics, but also really focus on ease of use, speedy execution, and additional functionalities. that are enabled by this new asset class. Sorry, kind of nervous to be presenting in front of all of you today. So as you can see, looking at the platform, what we see now is what visitors would see in logout form. It was important for us. It was a conscious decision, really, to show the system as it is. A lot of trading platforms don't do that. You have to sign up, register in order to see the actual trading system. For us, it was a conscious choice to show the system so customers could kind of get a good glimpse of what they'd be provided with if they register with us. So, like a lot of the professional platforms out there, for the trading platform, we see the main chart for the chosen asset. Below that, the order book of existing orders. As you can see, the order book is moving with new orders coming into it. This is our development test environment, but so we're of course generating these trades, but these orders, but it was important for us to kind of give you the live feeling what it would look like. I can mouse over the order book to see the different prices over the chart. This is a feature a lot of our guys on the team like. On the right, I can see the trading history on this asset, all the trades that have been matched. And on top, I can move between different assets on the platform. Every time I move, of course, different trading chart, everything changes accordingly. Here I can see the list of all markets offered. Paz touched on it before. I mean, these are the assets we're going to be starting out with. If it's fiat markets, fiat versus crypto or crypto to crypto, this will be our initial set for the first launch. And then, of course, in order to actually trade, you need an account. Let me log in with mine so that we can see inside the platform. Okay, so once I log in, on the left here, you see that that kind of call to action to open account or log in is replaced with the order slip. This is where the customer can enter his orders. For the first launch, we'll be supporting 3 basic order types: market, limit, and stop orders for the existing assets. You can see also that here on the bottom right, I have this new section of my orders, my open orders or closed orders. This is the only part on this screen that isn't specific to the asset. It shows me all my open orders, whichever asset it is. So even if I move to, let's say, Bitcoin, see, I still have my open orders, even though it's a different asset. I can expand this section to see more columns, more data on my open orders. Kind of gives me a different view of the order book. Close that up if I don't need it. In order to enter an order, I select my price and the amount I want to buy. I get a confirmation pop-up, which I can choose to kind of skip for future orders. But for now, let's click confirm. And I see that my order was accepted successfully. In the order book, I can see my order. If you can see here on the bottom, it's highlighted with a rectangle. So it's nice to always see my open orders on the asset. And you can see also it's been added here on the right, my open order to buy 2 Bitcoin at $19,366. Looking good. But in order to trade, of course, I would have had to deposit. And I want to show you where that whole section is on our website. You can see up here, I have the available balance for the asset I chose. So I'm on BTC USD. I see my BTC balance and USD balance. This changes for the different assets. But if I go to my wallets, I have a general view of the existing balance I have for all the assets on the platform. Okay, the available balance, the balance converted to dollars, and well, as you can see, development gave me a lot of money to trade with, but this is the total balance converted to dollars. This is also the screen from which I create deposits or withdrawals. You can see that here. So I just go to the asset I want to deposit to and follow the instructions on the right. This is, for example, is a BTC deposit or fiat withdrawal, where I enter all my bank details and submit my withdrawal. For every deposit or withdrawal that I enter, I immediately see it here on my funding history. So even though it's in process, I always know the status of that action. I can go here in the menu to the report section and see that in full, if it's the deposits or withdrawals. I can, of course, see my orders. These are not open orders. These are orders that have already been executed. If it's an order that was executed by multiple trades and not a single trade, I can always expand to see the details of the trades, of those trades. This is from the direction of the orders. If I want to just see the trades at the executed price, regardless of whatever the order details were, I go to trades to see my history. And that's a nice view of things. If I go back to the trade screen, I wanted to show you something that was very, very important to us from day one, which is the ability, the site's ability to be responsive so that everyone can easily trade on the go. Let me just switch it up here so you can see what it would look like on an iPhone X. You see this is kind of dancing around. Of course, this is just because of the browser tool. I assure you it doesn't look that way on our phone. But this required a lot of work to have the trading platform really behaving and looking the way we wanted it to look, convenient, but also readable. You can see I can switch between the main chart, order book, my orders. Below that, we have the trading history. So that was definitely important for us. I can switch different market to a different market. Up top, I see the balance. Oh, I've just been matched. Got a trade going on there. So that's exciting that that'll be available from day one. It was definitely important to us. I think that pretty much covers everything I wanted to show today. When you get access to this demo, unfortunately, it won't be to this to the behind the scenes, to the login mode. But November 30th, we'll be releasing this link everywhere, so you can see the logout form, switch between the assets, see the trading tool, the trading tool charts, and kind of play with it and get a good feel for it on your desktop or mobile. So that'll be great. I think that pretty much covers it.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Maia, and thank you, Paz. We've got a couple of questions that have come over that I want to address. The first one actually was for the pre-IPO, are you accepting non-accredited investors? And I'll answer that one for sure. Yeah, and first of all, this isn't a pre-IPO that we're doing. It's our actual IPO. There will be no IPO after this. This is it. And we are accepting non-accredited investors based upon which state you're in. Now, for a state like Connecticut or New York, pretty much, you can be anybody with a driver's license and you can buy into this. But there's other states where you have to be an accredited investor. You can find on our FAQs on our website what states are good and which ones aren't. The second question was, what about when is open finance going to be fully integrated? And the answer to that is we're working as fast as we can to do that, to close the transaction, but also to fully integrate it. It looks like we'll probably run it in parallel the way it is for some time before we integrate it into our UI, but we are working behind the scenes to get that as soon as possible. The next question, Maia, was to you, and it said, Why is there no multi-factor authentication to log in? It seemed like you logged in rather easily.
As I see you talking. Okay.
Yeah. This is just because Maia has a special access on the dev environment. Again, it's a demo system, it's not the live system. But in order to withdraw or create a trade, any user will have to create for himself a 2FA or MFA, and then on login, it will be needed in order to log in. So again, this is something that is already done, and in the live system, this is how it's going to happen.
All right.
Yeah, in general, Doug, just 2 seconds. In general, I logged in directly. I didn't go through the onboarding process where customers need to register. Of course, go through full KYC AML. If you'd like, I can show a bit of those screens again. But they're also required to set up their 2FA and all that good stuff. But I kind of took the quick route to show you the interesting things.
Now, there's a comment that the mobile example had a seizure, and I can assure everyone that's not a seizure. It's sort of like when you watch an old movie and you see the wheels going backwards on the wagon, and that's sort of what's happening here, is that the camera is picking up something that you don't actually see with the naked eye. Next question. Will there be API integration for view-only trade account details for integration with things like coin stats?
So the answer is yes. Again, I cannot say when yet, but first of all, the API will be public API and will be split into public API and private API. The public API, which I think this is the question about, will give you information which is general information of the specific private account. And then, of course, it will be published also to some external website that collects public information from all the exchanges.
Will you be keys?
Not at the beginning for sure. It's something, I mean, it's nice, but it's not on the roadmap.
Not for the first launch.
Yeah, not on the roadmap right now. Something to consider. Yeah.
Someone said, I assume other order types and leverage would be in the pipeline. Any plans for P2P lending? Let me address one of those. In terms of other order types, certainly institutions like VWAP and TWAP, and we're going to be working towards having that on the API side. In terms of the leverage in the pipeline, I think maybe that's something, Maia, that you could answer. And then any plans for P2P lending? Okay.
Leverage is tricky with the regulators. We need to see how that's done correctly for us. I know we can't say the word regulation enough, but really that's the route we chose. That can be limiting at times. Peer-to-peer lending is definitely something we're interested in. We see it as a tool to offer short trading, but again, that's not part of the first launch, definitely on the roadmap.
Okay. The API is WS, not REST, right?
We have both. We have REST API and we have WebSocket API, but the WebSocket right now is not being used for creating orders or creating any activity, just for pushing information. We plan to add a second version. Again, I cannot say when yet, but hopefully during Q2, we will add some functionalities to work directly on the WebSocket, which will speed up the connection. But I can assure you that even the REST API that we have done are going to be very quick, and we are utilizing dynamic CDNs over the cloud. And I'm sure that everyone that is going to use those API will be happy.
Will you provide corporate entity verification for companies that wish to use the service?
Definitely, that's a different onboarding. That's a different onboarding type, of course. Again, for the first launch, that won't be supported on the website. It'll be manual, but that's a different process. KYB process, not a KYC process, will be handled delicately manually.
Yeah, I mean, this is a service that we're giving to retail, institutions, and corporates. So for sure, everyone's going to have to go through entity verification, corporates included. When will the INX token be listed? Good question. Obviously, we're going to be listing it on our own platform, that'll be Open Finance platform. We've also signed an agreement, and I think you all saw the press release on a national exchange. That's the Canada Securities Exchange. This will be the first ever national listing of a digital security. And we're also talking to others regarding the listing. So it'll be happening very shortly after the IPO closes, but we can't list it until the IPO closes. Are there equity tokens in the pipeline? Absolutely. I'm talking to folks that want to list their token on our platform every single day. And I'm going to be really excited. We'll be releasing a lot of press releases, I think, over the next couple of weeks that will start detailing the types of issues that we'll be listing. What is or will be the difference between trading the tokens on this exchange and trading INX traditional shares or tokens on the Toronto exchange?
Okay.
What would be the difference between trading the INX token on our security token platform?
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
On the CSE.
Maybe just to make sure everyone knows, what we just displayed is INX Digital. So for now, that there will be cryptocurrency trading on that platform. Security tokens, as Doug said, will be traded on a different platform until those are kind of merged into one, which is of course our long-term vision.
I think that both ourselves, and I can't speak for the CSE, but the CSE obviously are going to be showing a price in the INX tokens and a bid and an offer. I think that's going to invite arbors for sure. That's going to then start up a lot more volume activity in our security. One of the great things about digital securities is that you can be listed on multiple exchanges at once. Now, unfortunately, for digital securities that you've seen today or security tokens today, they've only been allowed to be traded by accredited investors, and if anywhere, have only been listed on one exchange. That's not the way that we see it. That's why we created the INX token in the first place. It's the first token that can be traded by retail from day one. So it's not 10 people looking at it every day. It's going to be hundreds of thousands. And it's not going to be listed on just one exchange, but it's going to be listed on multiple exchanges. And that means there's going to be a lot more volume. Will you be open 24 hours, 7 days a week? Absolutely. Digital securities don't sleep, and we're not going to sleep either. How close are we to the IPO closing? The latest comments from Shai Datika, our CEO, were that we expect to close around the end of this year. We haven't made any comments since then. Once the merge completes with Open Finance, will the KYC merge as well, or will we have to perform KYC again? Well, look, we're buying Open Finance wholly and outright. And that being the case, the KYC would come over to us that you'd already done with Open Finance. I don't see any problem with that. Just like when Morgan Stanley buys, another institution that's a broker dealer, they don't have to go through a KYC all over again with the individuals. Paz and Maia, wonderfully done. That's nice. Keep up the great work. So I think that's all the comments. There's a couple of things that I think folks might want to know. I'll ask some questions here. You've got crypto trading on one side. That's the digital platform we showed today. You've got security token trading on the other side. And it's a different type of security token trading from other institutions because retail can now trade this for the first time. So someone trading Bitcoin can then flip a switch and start trading a security token, let's say the INX token or one of the other many that we're going to be listing. Can I sell my Bitcoin for one of those security tokens?
Can you sell your Bitcoin?
That's right. If I buy Bitcoin and I've got Bitcoin in my wallet, can I sell that to buy, let's say, the INX token in the secondary market?
Okay. I mean, right now, as let's say, as part of the regulation, we cannot allow trading digital securities with crypto coins. So the combination.
We can't allow those pairs.
Yeah, I mean, we cannot allow it in the same platform. But we are thinking about a solution that will be approved by our legal advisors. And we will provide a solution to exchange Bitcoin with INX and INX with Bitcoin. It will take some time, but the solution will come. I can assure you.
Yeah,
there's a regulatory hurdle here. Sorry,
Yeah.
No, it's sort of like, the way that U.S. equities trade right now, in that, you don't see Nike against the yen trading in the market. You see Nike against the U.S. dollar, but there's ways for you to buy that. If you have yen and you go to your broker in Nikkei Securities in Japan, you can sell the yen to buy the dollars and use the dollars to buy Nike.
Exactly.
So, we'll come up with a similar solution so that folks around the world can use different types of either cryptocurrency or fiat to buy security tokens.
Yeah.
Here we go. Will you be listing all other popular trading pairs like Cardano and Stellar?
The answer is yes. The question is when. But the answer is yes, and I'm very familiar with both of them, and also the blockchain, which means all the integration. I've done myself some smart contracts on the Lumen Stellar blockchain, and I know exactly how to do it. But again, it will take time because there are additional services that we are planning to add, and it's on the roadmap.
Yeah, and on the security token side, security tokens don't just come in ERC20 tokens. They're on the Liquid network. They're going to be they're on the Stellar network, and we'll be listing all of these different types of security tokens on all of their blockchains on our site. How do I get in touch with you? Who should I call if I'm an introducing broker? Well, if you want to get in touch with us, I suggest you email support@inx.co, or try to get in touch with us through the INX community chat on the Telegram network. I missed the beginning. Is it available to later watch this?
We will download the recording, and I believe that we will upload it to the channel on YouTube and on Facebook too, if possible.
All right, there's the answer for that one. Are there any other questions that we can think about ourselves that folks may want to ask, but they haven't? All right, well, listen, thank you very much, everybody. Thanks for spending this, what have we been on for? 32 minutes. Hopefully you like the demo as much as we do. If you've got positive comments about it, make sure that you tweet them. And if you've got negative comments, then write something in the community chat and we'll try to fix it. But thank you very much, everyone. Cheers.
Thank you.
Happy to hear your feedback, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye-bye.